everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be eating one of my favorite things and most comforting things. It's McDonald's breakfast. I love McDonald's breakfast, as you guys can tell. It's probably my most mukbang amount. What am I saying? It's probably one of my most mukbanged fast food restaurants is McDonald's, and I am not ashamed, honestly. Like, people, I feel like, especially like back in the day when I was growing up, people were always like, ew, McDonald's is so gross. Yeah, right, it's not gross. I mean, is it healthy? No, but neither is any other fast food chain. Okay. I have an iced coffee, which I love their iced coffees. I have 2 breakfast burritos and hash brown. So recently I've been getting the 1 breakfast burrito because I noticed that every time I eat 2, I'm struggling to finish the second one. But if I don't eat, like, if I go to bed hungry or if I like skip a meal, I can eat 2. So I don't know, I'm gonna try and eat 2, I don't know. I probably will be able to because I'm really hungry right now. I was hungry when I went to bed yesterday and I just like ignored it because it was like 9:30 and it was too late. But this is my first video back since everything that happened. One of my favorite foods while I was pregnant was breakfast burritos. I didn't eat it very often because, you know, I was trying to eat healthy. But it was definitely one of my favorite foods while I was pregnant. And I actually started using the salsa while I was pregnant. And I never did before. Now, the reason why I'm getting this is for 2 reasons. One, Josh is away for work today. He had to drive 2 hours away to go to work. It's only temporary, but like, I'm used to being with Josh all the time. And like, so this is really weird for me to be alone. This is the first time I've been alone since everything happened. And on top of that, I started my period this morning, which was not a nice reminder. I actually didn't know kind of like what was happening because I didn't know if it was from my surgery or if it was like my period. I didn't know because like, also look at from my surgery, they blew my vein. It hurts so bad. I didn't know which one it was. I didn't know if it was a period or like a complication from my D&C. Like, I just didn't know. But I put it together with like my moodiness, my cramping, and the amount of blood, and I was like, this is probably my period. So I think this is my first period. I'm going to be almost 6 weeks postpartum, so it kind of lines up. But I'm like 5.5 weeks right now. Okay, wait, let's take a video. I mean, a thumbnail. This video honestly is mostly just for talking purposes, just because I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a long time and I need to get back in the swing of things. But like, okay, today I was supposed to go back to the gym after everything, and then so I started going back to the gym about a week and a half ago, and then I ended up having to get my D&C, so I had to stop going to the gym again. And then I just wanted to go back today on Monday, and I started my period today, and I'm in so much pain. I think it's just like really heavy from, obviously, you know, it's my first period since last August, so it's been 10 months since I've had a period. So I am like in a lot of pain right now. And also I had my D&C like a couple days ago, so I'm sure like that doesn't help. One thing I love about breakfast burritos is they're not as greasy as like their egg and sausage McMuffins and stuff like that. I love a good sausage and McMuffin, but they're very greasy. I don't find these greasy. So good. I'm definitely gonna eat both of them. So yeah, I have been gone for so long that I feel like I'm like out of the routine of like recording and stuff. Luckily, I have a job where I'm able to take this much time off because, right, like literally, I've probably had almost 2 months off of work. Obviously, like I was still posting podcasts and I was still posting like here and there, but like full-time work, it's been almost 2 months, like from me having like an actual schedule. Like I said, I still posted on my Patreon sometimes, and I was still posting on things. Like I think I had a couple vlogs come out and some podcasts, but for me, like that's not, like I'm very active on social media. Like I know there's a lot of YouTubers that like only post like once a week or whatever, because they have like really good high quality videos, which would make sense. But for me, I post on multiple platforms like all day, like Instagram, my story, my Snapchat, my TikTok, my Patreon, my main channel, my mukbang channel. Like I'm constantly posting somewhere. And so for me to be gone, it's like weird even for me. And I'm very grateful that I have this job, because I don't know if I'd be able to take this much time off work in order to recover postpartum. Well, I guess I would have got maternity leave, but I do have the right for maternity leave after 20 weeks. But because I'm self-employed, I don't get that. But that's fine. I love my job, and my job, you know, this is like my therapy, and I couldn't even imagine not posting for like a year. That would like be so weird. So mentally, I know you guys are gonna be like, how are you mentally? Mentally, some days are good and some days are bad. Sometimes something as like simple as a pregnant lady walking by triggers me. But then, you know, some days I'm very hopeful. And like, I was really excited to get my period, and I know it sounds really weird, but I felt like I was waiting for my body to go back to normal. And so when I woke up with my period, I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a relief. Like, I know it sounds like so weird. It was a bad reminder because it reminded me I wasn't pregnant, but it was such a good feeling because I felt like for these past 6 weeks, I was constantly waiting for like my body to go back to normal. I had like positive pregnancy tests like up until, I don't know, like 6 days ago. Very faint, like under like so faint that you probably wouldn't even see it, but I do, because I've been looking at pregnancy tests for almost 5 years. But it was still a relief because I feel like I'm finally getting some control back, and it feels like I feel like I've had no control. So it feels good being able to like be like, oh, I have some control back. Like I know my body, and it's like doing something right, I guess. I talk a lot on Patreon about how I'm feeling and how I'm doing more in detail, and on my podcast, but I feel like I don't want the mukbang channel to be about that. I mean, I have to address it. I mean, I don't have to, but I feel like you guys care about me, so I'm gonna talk about it. They threw in an extra hash brown in here, and I got a medium iced coffee, but I got a large, and they gave me an extra hash brown, which is like awesome. Maybe I accidentally added it to my cart, but I don't actually really love their I mean, I do like their hash browns, but I could totally get their breakfast without their hash browns. I don't, especially when you order them, they're like soggy. One thing that sucks about Josh being gluten-free is I tend to overeat, I feel like now, because I have this thing where it's like I'm wasting food if I don't eat it, which I have tried to rationalize. I'm like, okay, I already bought the food is already made and out of my account, so whether I eat it or I throw it out, it's already done. Like, it's already made and I've already spent the money on it. So it doesn't matter whether I eat it or it goes in the garbage, because I've already purchased it. It just doesn't make a difference. But because I was raised, and I think everyone in our generation kind of was, that like we're wasting food and that like there's people that are starving, and that's so true, and I don't think you should like have a bunch of food waste. But I do think it's okay to stop eating when you're full. And I used to always give my food to Josh when I was full. Like I never finish anything in a restaurant. unless I'm like really hungry and it's like pasta or something. But like most of the things that I get from a restaurant, I bring food home. Most of the time, like I get food and I could go without like finishing it, but I don't have anyone to give it to because Josh can't eat it. So it's like the second hash brown that I have in there, I'm not keeping it. I'm gonna throw it out. But it hurts throwing it out because I don't want to waste food. But I didn't order it unless I did, and I mean, I'll have to check, but I don't think I did unless I accidentally added it on the Uber Eats because I didn't order this in person. I Uber Eats'd it, but I just feel like I force myself to eat more because Josh can't like eat my leftovers. Like, you know when you give your husband or your boyfriend your leftover food or the food you can't eat and they're always like, okay, I'll eat it. Unless I make food at home, I can't do that. I honestly don't know how he has the self-control. What's wrong? What's wrong, Luna? I don't know how he has the self-control to not eat McDonald's. What's up? Sorry guys, she's whining. I'm gonna pet her. So, I'm still on my one breakfast burrito. I don't really have much to talk about. Honestly, this McDonald's was an emotional thing. Like, I definitely shouldn't be eating it, but I am because mentally I'm like, I literally booked with my personal trainer today to get back in the gym and had to cancel again. For me, working out is such an important like mental thing. Like I never realized how miserable I was until I started working out, and then I was like, how did I go my whole life without working out? Like how? I love working out. It makes my relationship with my body and food like so much better. So when I can't work out, which I haven't been able to because I've been constantly, you know, I was postpartum, then I had retained placenta, then I had to get a surgery, now I'm on my period. I mean, I could work out on my period, but this period is very, I usually work out on my period, but this is like a period after postpartum is no joke. I almost went to the hospital because I was like, what the hell? Okay, I'm gonna eat this. Oh no! Josh is gonna kill me. I got salsa on the tablecloth. I knew I shouldn't have been eating on it, but I am. Yeah, I definitely cannot eat the second hash brown. I have these. Before you guys think I'm gonna eat them, I'm not. These were buy one, get one free. So I got egg McMuffins so that tomorrow and the next day I could just put them in the microwave and have egg McMuffins. But I don't know where this hash brown came from, and I do not want it. So I got egg McMuffins for tomorrow and the next day so that I don't have to cook in the morning. And I didn't get sausage or meat on it. I actually like I said, I don't love the sausage and egg. I like just like the egg and cheese. When I'm at home and I make them, I put just egg and cheese on it. I'm such a savory person for breakfast. Like, if someone woke me up and was like, here's some French toast, I probably could not eat it. The only time I had a sweet tooth was when I was pregnant in the morning. So like, there was a month there where I craved like pancakes. So weird. Breakfast burritos got me through this depression. Seriously. I ate them in the hospital after I gave birth. I correlate McDonald's breakfast to comfort, which is really bad. I feel like that's how people like start having like eating issues. But right now in this moment of my life, there's only so many things that make me happy. And I'm not eating McDonald's breakfast every morning, but I am eating bad and I need to stop eating bad, because when I eat bad, I mentally feel worse. But this, I don't care. Me and Josh were just talking about this with his parents. Can you guys eat leftovers? Like, me and Josh don't really waste any food in this house because we both eat leftovers and we can eat them for multiple days in a row, depending on what it is. But me and Josh both could eat chicken and rice and vegetables every single day. And honestly, most of the time I cook dinner, it's always chicken and rice and vegetables. Like, I'll have like green beans, we'll add spinach in it. So we'll have a bunch of vegetables. Sometimes I do like carrots and Brussels sprouts. We do a bunch of roasted vegetables. We add spinach to the rice. And we have turmeric rice. And like, I'll make a whole chicken and we will just like eat that for the week. I'll put them in containers and that's all we eat. And me and Josh both could eat chicken and rice every single day, and I'm not even kidding. Whenever I go like and I lose weight and I count calories, chicken and rice is like my go-to meal because it's so satisfying. And if you add soy sauce and hot sauce on it, like Frank's and some soy sauce, so good. And me and Josh usually eat that, I would say 80% of the time. I used to make dinner every single night, a new one. But now we literally only eat chicken and rice, like truthfully. Maybe when I like am lazy, I'll make like spaghetti or pasta, but I usually just make chicken and rice on like Monday and we eat it till like Friday. And then Saturday we usually go out to eat, and then Sunday we go to his parents. So it's literally what we're doing every single day. And I love it. I love chicken and rice. I could eat it every single day. Me and Josh would never get tired of it, ever. Like I said, it has to have like soy sauce and hot sauce on it, or else I'd probably get tired with like plain white rice and like unseasoned chicken. But like a good and if you're really lazy, you just get a rotisserie chicken and minute rice and prep that in containers and get some frozen vegetables and pop those in the microwave. You have meals for 5 days. But me and Josh's parents were talking about how they can't really do that. They don't really like they couldn't eat chicken and rice every day, which is valid. I think you have to find something you like and then make it fit. Like, if you could eat pasta every day, for example, you could totally make a really healthy like veggie pasta where it's like mostly vegetables and then some like pasta and a nice like tomato sauce. You could totally like meal prep pasta every single day of the week and it fits your calories and it's satisfying. Like, you could totally find something like that. Is it gonna be smothered in cheese? No, but if you could eat pasta every day, you can eat pasta every day. Me and Josh can eat chicken and rice every single day. I could actually probably eat it for lunch and dinner. We eat a lot of rice in this house. And it's weird because I didn't grow up eating a lot of rice, and neither did Josh. You'd think I would because I'm Filipino, but my mom isn't Filipino. And my dad, my Lola, which is my grandma, she always had rice in the house. But like growing up in my physical like house, my home, I did not eat rice very often. It was more like mashed potatoes or like a sidekick dinner or mac and cheese or spaghetti. I didn't eat rice very often. But as I got older and like I started like being health conscious, which I know a lot of people say like rice is like bad and like you should be careful, and there's like a whole like keto movement. But rice is not bad for you. Like, literally the skinniest countries in the world eat rice and noodles like all the time. It's just the quantity that we're eating it at, that's the problem, and that we're not pairing it with anything good. But yeah, we eat a lot of rice here, which is good because it's affordable, easy, satiating, and it's gluten-free. If rice wasn't gluten-free, we'd be screwed, because every single time I try to make potatoes, we end up never eating them. We just don't. I like mashed potatoes, but I like rice better. So, today is a day of meal prepping for the week, as I'm eating McDonald's. Like I said, I should not be eating this, but I am. So I'm gonna meal prep chicken, rice, and green beans. I've been doing these roasted vegetables, and I make like a big container of them, and I just put them in the fridge, and then I eat the roasted vegetables like for lunch or on the side of my dinner. We just like snack on the roasted vegetables all week. I've been making this like seasoning on my vegetables that are, it's so good. Josh will eat like a whole container. I'll eat like a whole container. They're so good. I put olive oil, and then I go to my garden and I pick like whatever seasonings I have. I usually have oregano, basil, parsley, thyme, and green onion. I get those. You could just use an Italian seasoning if you have that, same thing. Then I put poultry seasoning on it, a whole juice of a lemon, salt, pepper, and then this is the trick. You get the better than bouillon, like the chicken broth. Like you can use any chicken stock, chicken broth, chicken stock, like the cubes, the powder, whatever. I use better than bouillon. And you mix it with just like a little bit of water, like a quarter cup of water to dissolve it. And then you pour it on the vegetables, and then you pop that in the oven for like, at like 425 for like an hour. I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so good. You would be mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. And I just came up with that concoction one day. Like I was making a roasted chicken, and that's the stuff I put on my roasted chicken. I also use butter and wine, like white wine on my chicken, but I didn't do it on my vegetables. And I had vegetables around the chicken, and the vegetables were so good, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, I need to like make these vegetables with all the seasonings I put on the chicken, because that was really good. And now that's what we do. It has taken me 23 minutes to eat a burrito. I just have a lot to say because I haven't talked to you in so long. Anyways, I want to say thank you for supporting me, being patient, subscribing to my Patreon. If it wasn't for Patreon, I wouldn't have been able to survive this time and been able to grieve and recover, because I'd have no freaking money. So I appreciate you guys so much. And I love you. Truthfully, seeing messages of other women relating and seeing your guys' sweet, kind messages really are helping me through this. Better than therapy, not even kidding. I'm full. I love you guys. It's only 8:28, by the way. I've been up since like 6:30 because I made Josh a lunch before he left. But anyways, I love you guys, and hopefully we can get back into the swing of things. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.